Welcome to Nicer Education. I'm Pamela Gothard, your Professional Learning Director. It's my pleasure to be with you today to present to you StrataLogica 101, Session 1, Getting Started. Our agenda for today will be to do an overview of StrataLogica. We'll look at the gallery, our maps, atlases, charts, outline maps, our library, and then you'll be asked to conduct a review. After the review, you do have an assignment. At the conclusion, you'll see where, to whom, and to where to send your assignment. Let's get started. When you first start with StrataLogica, you'll go to StrataLogica.com, and this is where you'll log in. You'll put in your username and password, and then click Login. Once you've done that, you're on your home screen. Your home screen has many different important features. In addition to leading you to all your content, it also leads you to such things as the user's guide. The user's guide is very teacher-friendly, designed to really be very helpful in giving you screenshots as well as written directions for doing almost anything you could want to do in StrataLogica. I encourage you to check out the user guide at any time. At the bottom of your home screen is our contact and support information. If you're working in StrataLogica and you need immediate support, please go to StrataLogicaSupport@nicermeducation.com, and our team of helpful support agents will be on hand to provide the support you need. In addition, you can also call in to our technical support and client support at 1-800-421-4246. Again, this is at the bottom of your home screen. Next to username and password, we have a shortcut way for you to get help with password and login information. Right next to it, you can click on Let Us Help You. Most common thing that we have in StrataLogica or most other digital products is that people forget their password or their username. So anytime that happens, click on Let Us Help You and we'll be glad to get you assistance right away. Let's get started. The first thing I want to introduce to you today is in your gallery, there's going to be a presentation called StrataLogica 101. It's in that particular piece that you are watching the video that you're seeing now. You would click on StrataLogica 101 and then click Open. From there, you would be taken into the course and you would know exactly what to do. So let's begin with exploring our maps. StrataLogica offers a variety of 3D, 2D, and historical maps. One way that you can utilize the maps in StrataLogica is by having your students create presentations, or by you creating presentations. This particular presentation is developed on the idea of Flat Stanley's Adventures, the book that's often used in elementary schools. In this particular instance, it's used by a second grader. Flat Ansley, as she calls herself, since she made herself a flat person that could be mailed as well, her character was mailed to a number of places. Flat Ansley started here in North Alabama, was mailed over to California, Grand Canyons, not California, was mailed to Texas, and was mailed to South Florida to the Everglades. As you can see, Flat Ansley has given us a little bit of information about the Everglades by posting a video next to the pin so that we can see what happens in that particular region. Each of the pins contain information about those regions. This is just one way that we can use our maps to have students interact with geography, historical content, and about reading and writing. So let's get started with looking at what kind of 3D maps we have available in StrataLogica. First, each 3D map, 2D map or other, has a legend that is found under the Info button. So you would click on your Info button, you're given the legend for the map that you're using, and each of these are different. So every time you're using a different map, you want to be sure that you go to the Info button to see what the legend has to offer. We also have this stack of papers here. This is called our Map Chooser button. This is where you choose the particular map on which you would like to work. This particular map is from our early learning series. We have a readiness series, we have intermediate political, intermediate physical, and even more. All of the ones that end with the term series means that they are 3D in nature. We also have a variety of historical maps. Again, still using the map chooser and noting that the historical maps don't have the term series after it. It is not a 3D map, but rather it is a historical map where you can go down many layers, but not all the way down like you can with a 3D. In addition to our historical maps, as you can see, I have one pulled up here, we also have lessons to accompany those. The lessons icon is here with the book and pen. Click on the book and pen, and on the right-hand side, a panel opens with the lessons that are associated with that particular historical map. This is the Native Americans 1500 map. You can also make your own lessons with a 3D map. For instance, I've just put some feeders out here. I've created a Start Here button so that my students can get the directions that they need. So if I click on Start Here, they're prompted. Begin your work with number 1. Identify the Native American tribes that inhabited the region. Identify their main source of food and the types of home in which they lived. After completing number 1, move on in a sequential order. So the students would go from number 1 to 2 to 3 and so on, and add in that information, or they could write it on paper and turn it into you in a traditional sense. That same map can become a 2D map by having clicked on the 2D symbol. Now the 3D symbol shows because we are in 2D view. That same map is now in a flat 2D map version with additional information. Now, in looking at it from a 2D version, we also have trade routes and main sources of food. So when we go to 2D, what we get is additional maps related to the same topic that is also indicated in our 3D map. Next, let me introduce you to our atlases. Nystrom is famous for its globes, atlases, and maps. Let's look at the atlases. First, when you click on atlases, one of your atlases will pop up as kind of your home screen. Over here we have now our atlas chooser. It's going to allow us to select a variety of different atlases from which to work with our students. Once you open your atlas, you can change pages in a variety of ways. You can change pages by putting in a page number. You can use the forward and back arrows that are located on the page. Or you can click here at Page Finder and get a drop-down thumbnail view of all the different pages, and you can click on the page you want to go to. In addition to our atlas, you can see here again, similar to what you saw with our maps in historical maps, we also have lessons. Lessons pop up on the right-hand side of the screen. Click on the word lessons, and do you want the teacher version or the student version? The student version has all of the blanks with no answers. The teacher version has the answers already included. There are multiple lessons for each atlas. Now let us look at our charts. In charts, you can see here we have our flag, the Pledge of Allegiance. Over here we have, again, this is our chart chooser. We can look at a variety of different charts. And we have lessons that accompany the charts as well. Again, here's our lesson tab, and we can look at our charts that relate to our flag with the pledge. Last but not least of our different product lines is our outline collection. Our outline maps provide you again with a variety of choices. You can use these outline maps in a variety of ways in the classroom, as well as making PDFs with them. One way you might use it is to quickly create a quiz or a test relating to geography. Here, within just a matter of moments, I've added some little icons so that students have to identify various states, maybe the capitals of those states, or some other relevant information that I've been going over with them in class on which I would like to test them. Now, let's take a look at our library. The library in StrataLogica is very important. It's where you house all of your different pieces that are in maps, atlases, charts, and outline maps. Let's look at our library. As you can see, I'm on Map Library. I have a variety of maps that are listed here. Some are series, some are not, some are historical maps. But if you look over here, you'll see, for instance, Early Learning Series, and it says that it's added. It means that it's already in my map chooser. But if it says add, that means I can click on that button and it'll be added to my map chooser. One of the things we don't want to do is overload you with choices, but yet we want you to have enough choices that you can comfortably pick what you think will work best with your students. So not all of your maps will necessarily be automatically in your map chooser. You might want to come here and add a few additional ones. Your next step. Please complete the review questions that are in StrataLogica 101 Session 1. You'll send your review questions to me, Pamela Gothard. My email address is pgothard@nyströmeducation.com. You can also send it to me straight through StrataLogica, or you can type it on a different sheet of paper if you'd like. Either way is perfectly acceptable. Once you complete the course, I'll send you a certificate of completion for each one that you complete. Thank you for joining me today for a look at Nystrom Education StrataLogica 101. I hope that you enjoy using the product. If you have any questions, remember, your homepage is a great source of information and contacts. Thanks again.